Back to that infrastructure bill, Senator Joe Manchin, Democrat from West Virginia, said yesterday that there are not enough votes in the Senate to pass President Joe Biden's $2.25 trillion infrastructure proposal due to 6 or 7 Democrats who oppose raising the corporate tax rate to 28%.
It's a potentially fatal blow to a bill that the White House keeps defending. At yesterday's press briefing, when asked whether Biden would consider changing the corporate tax rate, here's what Jen Psaki had to say.
The president felt it was responsible to propose a way to pay for his proposal. That's exactly what he did. He knows some members think it's too big, some think it's too small. Frankly, there have been folks who have come out on both sides, which we fully expected. He knows that some will come forward with different ways to pay for this package, and some may have views that it shouldn't be paid for at all. So we fully expect that from Senator Manchin and other members, and we expect the question of how to pay for the package, if we should pay for the package, to be part of the discussion moving forward.
Our panelists join us now. Bill McGinley, former White House Cabinet Secretary and principal of the Vogel Group. Also, Democratic strategist and attorney Kelly Hyman. And finally, Republican strategist Nick Adams, founder of the Foundation for Liberty and American Greatness. Great to see our panelists here today. Let's talk money, right? Roads and bridges and a lot of other things as well. This plan has received opposition from both the left and the right. Of course, majority on the right side of the aisle. This weekend, Senator Roy Blunt, a Missouri Republican, said the bill should be more narrowly focused. Listen to this.
I've reached out to the White House a couple of times now and said you've got an easy bipartisan win here if you'll keep this package narrowly focused on infrastructure, and then the other 70 or so percent of the package that doesn't have very much to do with infrastructure, if you want to force that in a partisan way, you could still do that. Why would you pass up the opportunity here to focus on roads, bridges, what's happening underground as well as above the ground in infrastructure?
Bill McGinley, I'll go to you first. Any chance the White House takes the senator's advice?
Yeah, I think they should. Senator Blunt is spot on when he says that what they should do is skinny down the bill to actual infrastructure provisions as opposed to turning it into a liberal Christmas tree that's just going to inflate the budget deficit with things that don't have anything to do with infrastructure. If they want to try and push those programs through, they should push it through as standalone bills on the merits as opposed to trying to attach it to an infrastructure bill that, if it was a true infrastructure bill and was limited to roads, bridges, ports, water infrastructure, rural broadband, would receive broad bipartisan support. This is not the way to try and do this issue. They need to actually come forward with an honest plan that addresses what the nation needs to have done and stop playing the politics with this bill.
Well, Manchin definitely throwing a monkey wrench in these plans. Psaki, meanwhile, defending the contents of the bill and what's inside of them yesterday. Here's that.
Let me say that some Republicans who have been vocal think investing in water systems and replacing pipes so Americans can have clean drinking water is not infrastructure, but the president does. Some don't think investing in high-speed rail is infrastructure. The president does. Some believe building charging stations to support America's electric vehicle future is not infrastructure. He believes it is.
Kelly Hyman, your thoughts on this, and again, trying to get those votes to even make it to being able to garner reconciliation.
Right. You know, I'm hopeful and optimistic that this should be a bipartisan bill, Republican or Democrat, to build back better. This is for our future generation, and I think we need to think about that. And hopefully there can be some kind of compromise. In regards to the 28% tax for corporations, we have to remember when Trump came into office that he lowered the tax to 21%. So if some people are saying that it should be 25% to pay for this, then absolutely we should work on this. But this should be something that we work towards, whether you're Republican or Democrat.
Yeah.
Nick, I'll hit you on the way back. Bill McGinley, Kelly Hyman, Nick Adams, stick around. More to cover.